Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Mythus Operandi, and this is episode 12 of our Stonewalkers adventure. Once again, I want to say a big thank you for everyone who's been sticking through with us on the Twitch campaign and watching this on YouTube. We're having a lot of fun with the recording, and as always, we're not experts at this. We're getting rules wrong on the way. We just had a big combat in the last episode, and we're jumping straight back in after the aftermath. After the aftermath? You know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's see what our Stonewalkers get up to in this episode. Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Mythus Operandi and this is episode 12 of our Stonewalkers adventure path. We are joined here today by Grogrin playing Storm.
Hello!
We've got Ipman playing Talanor.
Alan Womat.
We have Sun played by Kaar.
Other way around, mate.
I do me. You do you, I do me. That's fine. And we've got Faz played by Jamie. There we go. See? We saved it in the end. Welcome back for episode 12. If you're jumping in now, this is the second half of our recording from session 6. And where we left off last time, the party spoke to Liss, the Stone Shaman contact. After working out their next course of action, trying to talk to Taln, the said-to-be herald that is being held in the temple complex in the Colin war camp. Perhaps some new light can be shed now that Pohahu, the peak Spren, has revealed herself, which was the stone that Sun has been carrying around. Now, one thing I'll mention, it should have happened earlier, but I've already done it on your character sheet. I should have let you do it, Kaar. But I've given you a second pip in one of your goals because that should have happened, I think, in the last session. I just forgot to mention it.
I think you did mention it. I forgot to tick the first pip when I got it.
Ah, yep, gotcha.
And I did my second pip in one of my goals.
Yeah. We've got time to work on goals a little bit more, but
yeah,
you guys seem to be maybe on a bit of a clock. Another group has approached you, and Liss has mentioned that if people are watching you, if they're trying to find out what you're after, they might have more of an idea of what's going on, and they might be after the same thing. So there may be a little bit more haste than you thought, trying to get to the temple complex and speaking to the supposed herald of war. Now, Jamie, you were away from the table, and I briefly talked about what we're going to be doing. You guys have been told that Taln, instead of being held in the prison, is being held somewhere in the temple complex. There is now going to be, mechanically, what Cosmere RPG call an endeavor. This one's a little bit of a different one, as there's multiple stages for this. And what I've said is that you guys have collected favors. You've helped people around you. You've won the good graces of several people in the war camps. You don't have to have these people with you. You can go and collect them, talk to them, get them to come with you now if you'd like. However, the way I like to play this is we can use this as like a, oh yeah, this happened kind of flashback memory. If you guys encounter something and you haven't called in on a favor from one of your patrons or like one of the people you've helped, in an instance, if something comes up and you get new information, you can say, well, we haven't used this favor from Borden. We can go, okay, on the way, luckily we approached Borden and got him to do X, Y, and Z, and essentially every single favor you have can be exchanged for one advantage on a roll. There will be different stages in this endeavor, and you'll have to get a certain amount of successes, just like any endeavor, before a certain amount of failures. However, I'll just let you know there are multiple stages that you have to go through. But in that said, you don't have to think about all of your favors now. Does anyone have a list of all of the patrons or all of the favors that you've accrued in your adventures?
Well, I'm going to say the menagerie, if he's around,
Yeah.
rescuing his butt.
Revilk from the menagerie has a favor for you, correct? You have a favor for me.
The merchants that we helped out with their cart early on in like session 1 and 2.
It's Svelka and Hannah.
Tet and Hannah Rebin. Svelka was the other
Hannah's
merchant,
friend.
the friend that
Yeah.
was looking for them. So Yeah, yep. I'd say you've got a favor from them. Yeah. So they're wine vendors. Not vendors, they're wine merchants.
I don't know if he has a favor, but Talanor does have some rapport or influence with the one duelist guy that he beat, who is if I remember correctly, you said he was like a 4th or 5th Dawn Light Eyes, so he's a little higher up on the totem pole.
No, he was like 3rd from the bottom. I think he's a 7th Dan.
We could, and I just thought.
Okay, 7th. Yeah, because Talanor is a 10th Dawn. So yeah, 3rd Dawn. So yeah, 7th. So 7th Dawn, not too bad. Well known in the fields. And then we've also got Borodin. I don't think he owes us any favors yet.
No, I think
we still have a good
give you a
in with
favor
him.
because you did his little quest down into the chasms.
True.
What about using Vedalin, the bloke who was stalking us? Like, I know he doesn't owe us a favor, but he likes money, and we have a lot of money.
You can try and track him down, but
I
Liz would know
think
what he
as
is.
soon as he sees us, he's gonna run.
Liz may or may not know who he's where he is, because if you recall when you spoke to Vedalin, he did say that Liz found him. I think he was begging outside near where the creme oven was, and just said, here's money, go track down these people, and gave him a description. So you guys did give him some marks as well. He could be at any number of taverns or brothels in all of the war camps. I think he might be a little bit hard to track down, especially if you want short notice.
There's also the surgeon that Faz has it in with. I don't know if we have a favor with him, but I assume Faz could probably extort the man fairly easily and with no more repercussions on his conscience.
The favor would be keeping Faz away from him.
No, I think he's starting to gain a level of respect for Faz. He's kind of pushed that initial feeling away.
The doctor. I didn't hear any of that because
the old surgeon that you had.
doctor,
Yeah. While he's not in the AP, he is our own creation. I would say that you might be able to call in a favor. Now, just remember, any favor that you're calling in has to make sense. So maybe he could procure some kind of supplies or something that you need last minute. Yeah, I would allow that. So have a think on it.
I just had another idea. Does Gavlin the bookie have anyone that has to chase up that owes money?
Ooh, I like that.
If you can track him down, I would say probably for this, you could spend a day trying to find him because you don't know where he goes outside of the duels. He'll probably be at the duel, which is going to be tomorrow, but
I'm just putting options on the table.
Yeah. No, I like it.
My thought was Nell. We could go to her and owe her a favor.
Owe her a favor. Okay.
For her to do a favor for us.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck in the chat the people that we've had listed, and I'll be nice and I'll recall one extra one for you.
Charlie.
You know what? No, I wouldn't say that she owes you a favor, but you might be able to sweet talk it.
I'd have to sing for it.
Guilty sphere. What about you've got? Oh, I forgot how to spell his name. How rude of me.
What was that woman that Talanor was very shy of?
That was
Itani?
Is she an option? Do we owe her? Does she owe us a favor, or do we owe her a favor?
I can say she owes you a favor. All right, so there was a couple that were other listed, but I will also say that you can call in a favor from Corvid, who was not Corvid, the duelist was
the surgeon.
Yeah, the surgeon is Corvid. So surgeon, and then we'll also say you can call on Tavel, the duelist. which is the duelist that you fought, because I liked your idea. That's not how you spell duelist. Maybe it is. Who knows? All right, you've got some things you can work on. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to take you to where you need to be. I reckon we can knock this out this evening, because I would love to get you guys through this.
Yes.
You're now approaching the temple complex, and I've got a map for you for the temple complex. Let's activate this and bring everybody to the forefront.
Ooh, oh my god, it's huge.
That's the
very
opposite
big.
thing that everyone said. They're all like, oh, it's smaller than I thought. These buildings are big. But yeah, it's this is the temple complex.
Yeah, see all those little circles? Those aren't rocks, those are people.
Yes, indeed. There's dozens and dozens of people everywhere.
Has this all been soulcast?
Most of these are
I assume
soulcast
so.
buildings, but
I think
the roofs are like more intentionally tiled. So most of the buildings, all the buildings are soulcast, but more work was put into the roofs, which are stone,
Okay.
which are like stone tile.
Also, since it's per scene, I'm gonna use my recovery.
Oh yeah. You had at the end of that combat, I think everyone was rolling recovery die, or maybe it was
Yeah,
just
we had a
Benny.
short
That was a
rest.
short
Yeah,
rest.
we
Short
had a short
rest.
rest, but I'm still very badly injured.
Oh, that short rest is when
So-
you use that recovery die. So you're now going into the next scene. If you wanted to use it now, it would be for this oncoming scene.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I'm still very badly.
Oh yeah,
injured.
you can get it out of the way now. I'll say that if you do it now, you cannot recover during this scene until it comes to its conclusion.
Says
Which
I don't
I'll-
have enough uses left.
I might be
Yeah,
able to
just
research it.
manually
Power
recharge it.
legit, yeah.
That breaks for me all
How
the
do I-
time.
How do I recharge it?
The 3 dots.
Oh.
Hey,
The 3 dots.
3
Okay,
dots.
So I've made sure to
Oh
get
my
all
god,
my
yeah, it's really big.
It says it requires a target.
Target
There you go.
yourself,
I'm
which
over
you
here,
can
yeah.
now because you're
Yeah,
now on the
I'm
map.
Well,
Look how
Talanor is
place
healed
it's-
pretty well. Honestly, in my head, I was imagining like the dueling area being a lot bigger, personally.
I think it is. I think your players are just picture everything is twice the size, because like a guard post only being 4 people wide, this guard post would be like twice as big as 4 people wide.
Yeah.
We'll just have you there as a representation. Just picture it a little bit bigger. But I love this map. Hold on, no one can see the map on stream. There we go. Alrighty. So, as you approach, you hear chatter. There's a lot of talk around the war camps at the moment. And it doesn't take long to get an idea of what everyone's talking about. Soldiers are all coming alive with news. The people are starting to talk with excitement. High Prince Dalinar has announced that he has done something unheard of. He has refounded the ancient Knights Radiant and named the hero Meridus Amaram as their leader. Usually rigid and disciplined Kholin guards are seemingly more relaxed and excited more than anything. The guards at the monastery's boundary walls, as well, relaxed and appeared to be distracted in their gossip. Behind the guards, crowds of Alethi petitioners wait to be seen for religious rites and medical treatments within the temple complex. The Ardents work quickly, darting up and down the lines. They immediately take people inside to be administered to in squat stone bunkers of the monastery's main building, but others are left to be triaged or in the sculpted scalebark gardens on the in the perimeter. You're standing in front of this temple complex, and your mission: enter, find this town supposed herald, and see if you can find out what happened to his shard blade. How would you like to approach this?
I just got a great idea.
Go for it.
Faz, if you don't mind. Sun is going to pick up Faz. And like with like this elderly who's got this wound from an arrow having hit him, is going to seek medical attention, buddy, from the Ardents.
Oh, no, not an arrow. I've got the wounds from the sword slash from the
sword slash. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, and he's going to try and help my he's going to say, the elderly friend, my elderly friend who needs help.
Okay, you approach.
Is Sun just like doing this out of nowhere? Like a split-second decision. He's got it. Yeah, he does that. Faz gets like so scared and startled when you pick him up that he like grabs onto Sun's beard and just goes, "Ah!
Don't touch me."
Okay. Acting on this, you approach the guards. The Kholin guards around the heart of the Kholin war camp. Several of the High Prince's guards watch for signs of trouble at the temple complex's perimeter, some of them guarding entry. Now, this is the temple complex. They do let people in, but it looks like they're, as always, wary of people that don't belong there. If you don't need to be in the temple complex, they seem to be holding a lot of people back at this stage. You approach and we'll have the first skill check of this roll. So,
Sun will make a persuasion to let us through. My elderly friend needs help.
The first guard will look at, Dr. Fazir and Talanor and go, they do seem wounded. Well, let me see. They seem to be fairly conscious. Can it roll for me your persuasion test? Or someone in the party can roll their persuasion test.
As is also gonna sorry, go on, Son.
I'd like to know what Faz has an idea of. What's he gonna do?
Faz is like when he says that, Faz is gonna be like, "You are a soldier. You have no idea what's important and what's not. This could cut much deeper than it seems." And he's gonna roll his medicine check to go into extreme detail into what is actually happened inside the room.
I would say that you can talk about it. We're going to keep your 18. However, that's your persuasion. All right.
Yep.
I would say for Faz, you wouldn't need to roll medicine because you could just do that. You would need to do a deception to increase the urgency of it, because you've been tended to. You're fairly healthy at this stage. Mechanically, you'd need a deception test. However, the guard does look down at the wounds and goes, very well, one of our soldiers will grab these two. The two of you, we're not letting anyone else in unless it's urgent, so we'll have you stay behind, but you there. And he looks at Talanor as well, who's standing there bloodied. You and the old man, and he'll look at one of the soldiers and go, help them in. So the two of you have managed to enter. Well, if you've got nothing more, I'd respect that you'd be on your way. We've got a lot of people that are coming in and out these days.
Got it. Thank you. And the Sun will sort of nudge Storm away. I'm hoping Storm away.
Okay. Faz and Talanor, you are ushered inside by some guards, and you're instructed to wait in the sculpted area for one of the Ardents to come around and speak to you. Going back out to the people outside, how would you like to get in? There are other ways. You could try and talk your way through the guards, but who knows? You can be creative if you like. What are you going to use?
How tall are the walls?
The walls are about 12 feet tall. You could manage to get over it with an athletics test. I would allow one roll between the two of you.
Okay.
If you think of any other way.
I have an idea, and depends whether a Storm wants to do that or not. Do we have a clue from Liz the patrol route of this? Are there guards sitting on the outside, over here or here?
But you could potentially call in a favor to have spoken to a Kholin guard that that owes you a favor.
Yeah, I'd happy to do that, as long as the party's happy to let me use that favor.
Do you want to expend Borden's favor for learning the patrol routes?
Yes.
Okay. So, knowing when is going to be the optimal time, both externally and internally, is this to jump the wall?
This is to be against the wall and then using an athletics check with decisive command to throw Storm up.
Okay. And then you're tall enough with Storm on top of the wall, he can pull you up. You know when no guards are going to be around. You'll have advantage on this athletics test.
Yep. Excellent.
Roll for me, advantage, expending Borden's check, and roll athletics.
Is this athletics each or just Sun?
I'd accept one roll. You know what? Both, if you want both, give me an athletics roll, and we'll just take the higher.
Can I roll with advantage because Storm does have grappling hook and rope?
Why don't we just use that?
Yeah, both of you can roll with advantage. And with a grappling hook, I would say it might take the athletics out of it. I'd allow agility instead using grappling hook because you're like, yeah.
Ooh.
I'd allow you to use agility with advantage and the athletics with advantage. Okay. So.
Oh, you had decisive command on that too, Storm.
Oh, add a d4.
I've spent the focus on that.
Oh, and plot die.
Oh, and the plot die.
No, not the plot die at this stage.
Yeah,
Yes.
you said it. His next roll, he gets a plot die.
Oh, that's right. From the Twitch
the
redemption.
combat.
Yeah, add the plot die. Please be a complication.
This, please don't be a complication. I don't want that. Like a good leader, he let all these cats get into the nest.
I'm going to redeem that one there, Octo. I am not taking it off during stream. There is no
good.
way in hell.
1 point higher.
Okay, so you also get to add a d4 to that.
That's
you already
what the
did.
D4 added.
That's okay. I would say with being thrown up there, your combined rolls are easy enough for you to be able to get across. And with your opportunity, you manage to get over the wall, and there's no Ardents or anyone around to see you jump the wall. You are now inside the temple complex. It's fairly easy for you to find the other two. They're currently being ushered into the Rockbud sculpted garden, which is kind of in front of the main entry. So that's this nice,
That's
pretty
up
area.
there,
up the top.
yeah.
Yeah. So the four of you regroup.
Yep.
Next, you are now inside the monastery. It doesn't take too long to find out that the northeast of the temple complex, you find that is where Ardents see patients, and in the outermost reception area and treatment area is that building to the northeast. The area below you, that big building, this is the training complex that houses all the equipment for the sword ardents and all of that. But the building in the top right is where the actual medical administration area is.
So that looks like the front entrance there.
Correct. That is the front entrance up the very top there. There is another entrance, I believe, around the back as well, but it doesn't have the stairs so protruding from the awning there. You need to find a way to get into this building. There's a few different ways you could do it. You can either try and talk your way in, you can try and sneak in. Perhaps you can find another way in with a deduction roll. Choose how you would like to find and gain entry. You can't just walk in through the entrance without causing commotion and someone asking why you're there. You are trying to do this in a little bit of secrecy anyway.
Well, if this is the medical area, both Talanor and Faz.
Does anyone have any ideas?
Mm-hmm.
No.
The Ardents themselves haven't come up to them yet to detail whether or how injured they are. But you'd see that most of the time when people or patients are getting led in there, it's being led by Ardents. Patients aren't just walking into the complex. They're being instructed to wait here.
Is there a
Anyone got
window
any
in this?
ideas?
It's a window in this building.
You're breaking into the northeast building, yeah.
So, is there a window like here for this building that we're like adjacent to the northeast?
This building here, it doesn't have any. It would have windows on the west side.
Okay.
On this side over here, on the left side of the building, is where the windows would be. Because, yes, you're in a bunker, but it's still not good to build any windows on eastern-facing walls.
Yeah. Sun knows he's not going to be able to pull off being an Ardent, so he's going to look at Storm and say, "Do you think you can find clothes pretend to be Ardent?"
Possibly. I have any gestures to the words on his face.
I would allow a crafting or... Yeah, I would allow a crafting check to make someone look like an Ardent. Perhaps you can... You could call in a favor with somebody to have produced the materials needed to do it. That's a little flashback you could rely on.
We could always try an old sick and injured. Help me pull the guard away from the door. Sneak right in.
That would be a deception check, yeah.
Well,
you could definitely
we
use
could
that.
each damage ourselves and wait.
Why would we? No, it's too risky. What if we get caught and it goes into a fight and we damage ourselves? That's just gonna end wrong.
We don't have to damage ourselves. I'm already damaged. And I just look at, like, show the fucking open wound.
I mean, Faz could probably use his medical skills to make his wounds look worse than they are. Maybe.
Like that.
Yeah, but you're going up against other medical practitioners. I like the idea of Faz being the distraction. Like, he's the most erratic of all of us. Let him be erratic.
How are you going to get Faz in there, or are you just going to go proceed the rest of the way without him?
My idea was I'd be erratic and a distraction on the outside and get people to leave so they can go in.
You know, you could do that, and then maybe Storm stays out with you and you guys find a way to sneak in.
We could, wait, so who are the people that are inside the building?
Ardents.
They are Ardents. A
What do the
lot of them
Ardents
are
do?
medical practitioners. Ardents are the religious. They're like the priests of the Voron Church. So this is a whole temple complex. The only people in there are injured and Ardents.
We could call in a favor from Corvid to bring the desecrated corpse of the Parshendi.
Oh God, Lord.
I think that would get turned away at the gates because the Ardents themselves would not see any value in having that in there. Because there are Ardents at the entrance as well, and they'd be like, we don't need the bodies of those you kill. You know, it's not going to help us with our medicine. You could use your favor to do that, but I don't think it'll help.
Or what if we use here's an idea. Batani, the scribe, what if she makes up a mock signature of someone becoming a new Ardent, and you're here to train?
Oh, I like that
Who
idea.
wants to shave their head?
Oh, I mean, Faz will do it. He ain't got much to shave off.
It is already shaven.
I like it. And if Baz wants to shave his head, mechanically the favor is supposed to give you advantage. I will say that will give you 1 success for the entry point, and you just need another success to get in. So whether or not it would be a deception or a persuasion to get all of you in with this new possible Ardent, you could definitely call in your favor, do a flashback of getting your head shaved, and Batani will write you up counterfeit documents. A counterfeit document about a missive of you being transferred there as a new in-training Ardent.
I do like that because I've already got like the skills necessary to show that I can do the thing. Yeah.
And it gets him through the door, which can it opens up a lot of opportunities for us. And then,
is there a reason why they wouldn't be able to follow me in?
We're
not meant to be here.
We're just using common sense. They're only admitting patients, and only Ardents can enter there.
Yeah, so you're an Ardent in training, and then you have maybe a patient with you who is
Talanor could be your patient.
So that
I do have poison.
I also am known. I am known to an extent by these ardents, as I have practiced and trained here, and I am a duelist, and I am a light eye, so my presence wouldn't be as like strange to them.
That is true. I reckon with a persuasion, you could probably get yourself in.
And what are we doing once we get inside?
Helping us get inside so we can go find
Let
Town
me
to talk.
let me
Yeah.
outline
Okay.
essentially the steps that you think you planned out needing to take. You would have done this in the war room before you guys left the Krem. You knew you had to first get into the complex. After that, you had to somehow convince the Ardents that you're allowed to be in there, or get in get into the actual building undetected. The next check you'd need to do would be to actually locate where they're being kept, where the prisoner or this Taln is being kept. And then after that, there's 2 stages of that, depending on how you want to approach it. And then who knows once you find him.
Could I roll lore, because I've trained in this area before, and I kind of probably know these medical areas from my time living here. Could I roll lore to see if I know where they might be holding him in this building based off my past experiences being here?
I won't need you to roll for that. You haven't seen, there are a lot more rooms and the monastery goes a lot deeper. You've been administered to for light wounds in the small treatment rooms that are off the entryway. So you actually have never had reason to be taken in further to this complex. So you're not too familiar with where it could be, unless, I don't see why, unless you've been very inquisitive and wanted a tour, which I don't know if they would have given it to you. Ardents aren't secretive, but they're also not willing to give up that information too easily. So you wouldn't have been too deep into this building.
I like the
Okay, fair
scribe.
enough.
Honestly like the scribe idea mostly. At least I can get in, then I can get more information. We don't have to worry about getting everyone else in and doing stuff.
But it could be an opportunity once you and Talanor are in there. Well, not Talanor all the way. He'd probably just get to his first step.
Well, we
where
just
light
need to
treatment-
get the Spren to him.
Hmm.
We don't actually have to be in the room ourselves. So depending on, because we don't really know her autonomy at this moment, or how autonomous she can be yet, we can maybe ask her or see if she could maybe sneak in like with one of us and try and find him herself or something like that.
One quite small update. I was incorrect on the entryways. There is a door here, but the main entryway is actually on the southern part of the building. It's over here. The main entryway is like under this angled part of the roof. If people can see that on stream, it's over here.
So with the scribe information that we have, that's probably going to either be. Oh, you can use either way. Like that one, can't you? I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right, so we have other perks we could use. Maybe a perk is to Val the Duelist send someone over who is heavily injured, or the menagerie is just like mayhem. Wine
Are
merchant.
you gonna sneak in some chickens or something?
Yeah, maybe.
An accidental release of a white spine would cause some chaos.
It
What
sounds
about?
like you've got a pretty good idea to get 2 of you in there, and you could probably sneak the other 2 in.
I reckon once the first 2 are in, they could sneak the other 2. The other 2.
Oh yeah.
So how are you going with the scribe method and shaving?
I reckon we
Okay.
I reckon we do that. Shave my head.
I'll need some kind of skill check for you to either patch up or maybe change or cover your clothes, unless you're happy to still have like a bleeding wound on you, Faz, because you were hit in that fight, weren't you? No, you were
yeah.
hit.
I mean,
You were.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can
so
heal-
you
I
would
mean, I
have-
can heal myself.
Yeah, you would have blood on you though. I mean, it might answer us more questions. Do you want to try and cover up the fact that you're injured at the moment and you're bleedy, or
The surgeon Corvid could just supply you with a spare set of clothes.
Yeah, that's good. So I need to heal myself then, right? So I just do medicine check.
yeah, I mean, how much are you down? Are you that hurt?
No, like 5 points.
Up to you if you want to heal. It was more so how you look, because if you're trying to pull off being an ardent, it makes sense that you don't have the clothing yet. They'd probably assign it to you. But
Yeah, so
it being all bloody from you taking a hit may raise questions, but that's up to you.
Yeah, no, I like the idea. So we call in the favor from Raven, Corvid, to get some proper clothing.
Okay. And we'll say that that'll give you, whoever makes the persuasion roll, advantage to getting in there. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to say that you've expended Batani and Corvid's favors. You don't have to roll. I would say that it makes sense to me that Baz has been able to enter.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Put you there for now.
Just shouted out the door. I did it, guys.
And you were bringing an injured Talanor with you, weren't you?
Yes. He was bringing me in.
I
He was
got
bringing you
you past the gate. Now you need to get Talanor into that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Talanor got the little stone woman, or you'd still have her, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Sun would
Spren.
have it, but if you wanted to move
Just-
her around.
Just come and open this back door for us and sneak us in.
Okay, I need one of you to make me either a deduction or a stealth check to get in through the back door. Now, what I'll say is one of the Ardents greets you, Baz and Talanor, as you come in and go, all right, well... you both look... you, and he looks at Talanor, you look like you've taken a rather bad wound. We'll seat you immediately. And,
Thank you.
He'll hold out his hand towards Faz. I don't believe we've met. What is your purpose here? Are you looking after this patient?
Faz will reach
You
out.
should
and
wait
grab
for the
his hand.
Ardents to call you in. I might have to get you to wait outside.
So you'll grab his hand, shake it, but he'll squeeze it really hard and in like a really erratic way. Be like, "Yes, it's nice to meet you. I'm here to learn to be an ardent, and look, I've got all my documentation." And sort of, he'll really ham up how I don't know, eager everything is and how exciting everything is. And he'll kind of like point to everything on the wall and move around and do a lot of stuff and really
Okay.
try to like distract him from what's going on so that he just gets completely confused.
Yeah, the Ardent takes the paperwork and he goes, yes, everything is in order. Well, it is never too late to start, and whatever choices have brought you to us, we welcome you with open arms. And he'll lead you in, and what I'm going to do is I am going to bring you to the interior map until we have the other two ready. So, give me a sec. I should have prepared this earlier. How do I only bring 2 people over?
I'll close my eyes. How's that?
Stuff it. I'll move you guys across in a sec. All right. You guys have been let in, and you guys have been moved in through the entryway into the next room, and I'll do that for you in just a second. What are you two doing to get in, Storm and Sun? Are you deduction or stealth to try and either sneak in through that back door or find another way in?
I'll let
Will
let's do that.
use stealth.
Okay. Roll for me a stealth check.
The plan was to like figure out how we were going to get in
That
and get him
works.
out, right?
Yeah, if they couldn't sneak in, you guys could have found a way. However, with Storm leading the way and knowing a little bit about their patrols from your favor with Borden, you guys find a way through. You managed to sneak in through the back door. And what we're going to do now is we're going to activate everybody on the End map. Give me
The
just a
level up, I
second.
mean.
Let me
Ta-da.
activate this. Some of you might not be able to see anything yet because I haven't put people into the map. We're going to go Storm is up the top here. We've got Sun with him. And if we have a little bit of a zoom out, you guys have snuck in through the top door, and down the bottom of the map, we've got Talanor and Faz who have been let in.
Am I allowed to look at Twitch to see the full thing? Or
Yes.
The Ardent opens the doorway to the south of your room and leads you through. So I'm going to move.
Oh no,
Faz
I'm being
first.
taken away.
I'm taking control momentarily as you guys get led into this first patient room here. After this point, you guys are going to be moving yourselves, but that's where you've been taken. And the Arden will say, well, there's no time like today. Sir, if you'd like to lie in one of these beds. Now, what are your... Actually, this paperwork says you're quite a skilled physician. Faz it was. Well, welcome to the Ardentia. Would you like to start tending to your friend? All the supplies that you need are here. Now, I need to return to the front, but please keep him here, keep him rested. When you're ready for either some food, some drink, we'll give you a tour later. Come and find me. I'll be at the front entryway. And so the two of you are left on your own in that room. Now, if we go up to the other two of you, you have now opened the door to a rather long corridor. You see the corridor turn a couple meters ahead of you to the right, and it goes off in darkness, but all you can see are dozens of doors ahead of you. All of them don't have any windows or anything adorned on them. They are just closed wooden doors. What do the two of you do immediately? What are you doing?
What are these lights made of?
They
oil
are
or-
sphere lanterns.
Some will be grabbing the spheres out of them and tossing them
That's
back to-
exactly what I thought he would do.
They are locked sphere lanterns. You would need
Damn
to
it.
break into them.
Breaking them would cause noise.
It's not a hard lock, however, it's like a metal cage that is locked. It is a keyhole lock. You could try and
takes-
break into them if you want to.
I'm thinking like, well, Sun could breathe in the stormlight from them to take the light out to try and give advantage to our stealth checks to move past here.
However, it'd be a dark corridor with a glowing sun.
Because there's only one mark in there, using the enhance ability would turn the stormlight off.
Ah, okay. So you could individually do it and slowly make your way down, yeah?
Yeah, it'd be very slow, but the lights will be going out.
I'll let you guys
And we
think on
don't
that.
know what
But
room
right now,
he's
you
in.
can't see anybody. You can move up and down this corridor if you like. You can traverse the corridors. And honestly, you guys are now split up, but reins are in your hands. Talanor and Faz, you would have noticed as you walked in, there were a couple of doors opposite where you were. They were closed, but they didn't appear to have any locks on them. Feel free to do as you like. You do find the occasional Ardent walking up and down the aisles, which you can, for the most part, avoid. But yeah, move around as you like. Before you open any doors, let me know what you want to do.
Dr. Taln will be like, I think we go check out some of those doors we saw. If anyone asks, I've prescribed you a good dose of the shoelace express.
Okay, so the two of you leave the corridor and go where you want to go.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense. They don't have trains.
No, they don't have trains. They do have luggage trains for non-soul.
They do have caravan trains.
Yeah, I was going to say shoelace
Oh,
caravan.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sun will actually try and take out the stone, which is Boahu.
Mhm.
Asks, do you know which way to go?
Very smart.
My connection is still weak. Maybe. But no. I am sorry. My connection isn't to the Herald. I cannot help find him.
That is all right. Just rest. I will find him.
Okay.
And then he'll just look up and see that storm's taken off. It's like,
God damn
swear.
it.
He like swears in Ukalaki and just like tries to follow up.
All right. What I'll give you guys a little bit of a hint. What you could do is you could kind of
Can I
stealthily
use
watch-
perception to see what's behind each of these doors as I move past?
You could. You roll perception to try and hear through them. Do you try any of the doors to open them, or just listening at one?
Not quite yet. Just
Yeah.
hear what's behind them first.
Yeah. Tell you what, you're going around peeking and listening in through doors. I need before the perception, roll for me another stealth test. The rest of you, you could potentially use an insight to see if you can watch movements of Ardents to try and get an insight of where information might be held. You could use a deduction to do similar to try and find patient listings and that kind of thing, if you're trying to locate and find where he is.
Could I use perception to see if I can hear anybody talking about ramblings, or to hear ramblings myself? Because
Yeah.
the last time we saw this guy, he was just constantly repeating the same thing.
Okay, roll for me a perception, and we'll have a look at what Storm's done now. So right now, you're still managing to keep out of sight of other Ardents, and you're listening at a lot of the doors. They're rather thick doors, and looking at, with that good enough perception, this building is very well built. The walls here are actually quite thick, thicker than the average walls. You can tell that this was intended, especially the ones along the top where you currently are walking past. Those buildings, those rooms there are intentionally built up to suppress sound. The doors are really thick. You can't hear anything through them. Occasionally you can like maybe hear a woman sob and howl, and then you're like, okay, you ignore that door. But for the most part, you don't hear anything through the doorways. All right. With a 12 on your perception there, Talanor, you don't hear any chatter about madmen or ramblings.
Shucks.
I need a reset.
So, would anyone like to roll either insight, deduction, or if you want to try and track down an Ardent, maybe you can talk your way out of it?
What happened with Talanor with his low roll?
Talanor was listening out to hear if he could hear any Ardents talking about a madman and rambling.
Talanor,
he wasn't able to
Did you hear anybody?
No, I can't hear anything. No one seems to be talking about what I'm looking for.
I have an idea. Why don't I just go ask the man at the front desk?
Okay, if you want to do that, go ahead.
You check out these doors. I'll be back in a bit. And Faz is going to go back to talk to that guy that led us in.
Okay. So, Talanor, you can freely if you like, you can open and attempt to open doorways in your immediate corridor, and probably the corridor that bends to the west of where you are. Faz, you walk back into the entryway, and the Ardent that spoke to you looks up and goes, "Oh, you've returned. Why, that was fast. Is he resting well? He looked like he had a rather bad wound."
Stabilized. Not much we can do about it at the moment, but it'll all be fine in just a few days, I think.
Ah, good to know. Good to know. Well, I could probably spare you some time if you would like a tour, or if you would like to get put straight to work. We can work out the rest later. What would you like to do?
A tour would be wonderful, but I actually, maybe later, I had a question for you.
Yes.
it was days ago, wasn't it, that we came into the camps?
Yeah, it was about
Yeah.
a week ago, or like 4 days ago, maybe.
Days
Uh-huh,
ago,
for sure.
soldiers brought through a man, large, speaking incoherently. I'd never heard anything like it. You could hear him bellowing through the streets, heralds this, heralds that. I could only assume he ended up here. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna need either a deception or a persuasion test.
Oh, Faz is on fire.
That's a natural 20.
It does just
Faz
roll
is
off
the
the fingers.
MVP. I love him.
So,
Just carries us all the entire time.
Oh shit! You got the
Holy.
book. You got the book out. You got the book out. You know what that means?
Oh no.
yes, I've got the book out.
It's going to use
Um,
resistance.
Well,
Break your
I
little puzzle.
why, yes. How did you hear it? Did you come in recently? Were you part of the caravan?
We were over at the Ornery Chell having drinks. We came in shortly before they did.
Well, indeed, we admitted someone who, oh well, without blaspheming, is claiming to be a herald. Dalinar has made sure that he's being kept well cared for. He is in this complex. He is in a room towards the back in one of our seclusion cells. Now, the practice. Are you familiar with how it is commonly treated for those that are suffering a mental ailment? You have
My-
medical training, but what is your history with the ailments of the mind?
No, not much at all. In fact, I'm well versed in the body, surgery, all throughout these lands. In fact, and he's gonna pull out this notebook with the Parshendi. Recently, we dissected the Parshendi, took plenty of detail, and he's gonna flick through and just sort of like general chit chat. He's not really trying to show him. But I am certainly curious about this man. Is it okay if I go have a look?
Well, he looks at the Parshendi notes and he doesn't so much pale, but he doesn't seem too interested in it. And he goes, I like to think that, well, while bodily wounds can be healed, mental ailments are quite interesting. There is not much certain knowledge about it, but we find the best treatment is to keep them isolated, limit their stimuli. We have a lot of rooms that are just for that, with minimal light, with no sound, to try and reduce the amount of things that can trigger these poor affected souls. Now, it's in one of the back rooms. You could, if you like. God damn it! You rolled a crit.
Sounds quite
Again,
calming.
Faz always carries us in some way, shape, or form. I love this man.
If you did not have such an amazing plan for getting him in and pretending to be an Ardent, with forged documents and being very persuasive,
And well dressed.
the Ardent looks up at you and goes, "You seem like you've been around a lot, and I think I like you. I think you're going to fit right on in here. We limit access to the patients, and normally I would accompany you, but I am very busy at the moment. However," and he pulls off a key ring from his hip, "if you walk to the back administration area, past where you'll see a door that goes into a very lovely garden, you'll find a long corridor. The 8th room on your left from the doorway, which you can see leads out to the outside, is the patient's room. We will have it, it is marked. There is a slip of paper on the front with, well, it wouldn't actually say Taln. We'll just say it is just marked mental ailment and confusion. that is the room you're looking for. I pray, do not let them out. You look like an experienced surgeon. They're not threatening. There's nothing to be worried about. If you like, you can go speak with them, or at least look into them for your interest. But I do urge you not to enter the room. But if you would like to open the door briefly, not let too much light in, that is where you will find him. If you are that interested in it, then please come back once you're done. I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
He takes the notebook back and says, "The note will be invaluable." And
I
he
am
just
excited to
takes
hear.
takes the key and goes off.
Before you go, would you like to sup over some tea later on with me?
Why, of course, I'd love it. It's wonderful.
Oh, excellent! I'll have a pot brewed up, and I'll fetch us something for your afternoon tea. It is getting late in the afternoon. Okay.
That says his goodbyes and heads off.
All right. Feel free to navigate your way through corridors.
You say 8th door on the left.
Yeah. Once you get to the it won't be too hard. I'll point it out once you get up there, but you'll see if you look at yeah, you might want to collect Talanor.
No. Come on. We did it. So
Okay, yeah, Talanor
what'd you
was
say
kind
it
of just
was?
like standing at the door, just a little
We're
confused.
going to go all the way
just
to
like,
the end, to the outside.
Look at them all of them go.
8th door on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like, Son's going to hear someone coming. He's like, someone's coming. Hide!
And then,
Okay.
yeah, he catches up with these guys. Storm! Come quick! 8th door on the left.
Oh, it's just you, Fuzz.
At hearing this, Storm will peek his head outside to check to see if the coast is clear. And if it
Yeah.
is, he'll prep the grappling hook to escape.
You know what? We're going to have one roll for fun. Everyone give me a discipline test or a stealth test just to see if you can either maintain hidden if you're being hidden, or to have the poise and composure of someone who's supposed to be there. You know, the old clipboard effect. You can walk into anywhere in the world so long as you hold a clipboard.
Faz!
Jesus Christ. Double
These shoulders
20.
Yes, come on, man.
Talanor, give me a discipline test as well, or a stealth check. Stealth test.
Oh, I'm gonna do discipline. I'm gonna pretend like I should be here.
Yeah, pretend like you're supposed to be where you are.
Talanor is so fucking confused. He's not used to this. He's just out of it. He's not used to being sneaky or stealthy.
Too many
or-
people about to be quiet.
8th
Yeah,
door on the
you-
left, and Talanor's like, what?
You notice an Ardent walks out of one of the rooms. I've opened the door, but no one can see it. He looks at and like catches sight of you, Talanor, and looks a bit quizzically, but then sees Baz, who is like walking in front, and it's like, well, seems normal. And so then he just walks off and then goes down the other direction. No one's walked into that northern part where you guys are, so you guys have been pretty safe and secure there. However, you've made it to the doorway, and if you do try the handle, it is locked. You would normally have to try and break in, but someone's got the key. Hey, what are you doing opening the doorway and stepping in?
Not locked. What are you talking about?
It should be locked. Theater of the mind, all those doors are locked.
I thought you were being literal. Like the game's not going to let me click it. I wanted to hear that.
No, I can lock
Got
them. I
video
just
game brain.
I didn't. So the four of you are standing outside of what is apparently the cell, or at least the room where the madman that you saw at the very start of your adventure, in a wagon, now being confined in darkness and solitude inside this room. You feel inside your chest as well, Pahahu, What are you still doing with Pahahu, actually? We haven't spoken about
she's
that.
just she's just like resting on the hand as I'm
On
like,
your hand?
trying to stealth around.
Yeah, when you're moving around, she does occasionally just revert back to a stone, but she seems to be oddly enough like able to traverse on vertical substances as well. Like she doesn't seem to be as limited by gravity as what mortals like you are. So if you're just carrying around, maybe she'd be like either on your hand or like sitting on your shoulder or something.
That's right.
She'll say, you hear her speak up, and like she kind of rumbles a little bit and goes, "Is he here? Have we found? Yes, I think I can heal him." Do you open the door and unlock it?
Sun will nod to Faz thing and say, "Faz, open the door."
Yeah, Faz will put the key in, open the door. He's going to let everyone else go in. Faz is kind of going to stay on the outside to keep an eye out for Ardents.
First. That's not a problem.
Okay. And Storm, are you going to stay guard or are you going in?
Storm will stay guard with Fez.
Okay, so we've got Talanor and we've got Sun entering the room. You open the door and
Oh, those eyes.
what
It's good.
is
good
before
artwork.
you? You find a large Maccabucky man slouched in a pitch black corner of his cell, lit by a thin beam of light coming from a window only a few fingers wide, and that of the stormlight coming in from the door you've just opened. You hear the words, soft, under his breath as he speaks to himself. "We must prepare. You will have forgotten much." And it goes on, talking about how you have lost much between desolations, but Yezrian, he will teach you how to lead men. I will teach you how to wield weapons of war and how to fight. And it goes on in repetition, just like the last time you saw him. What do you do?
Yeah, Sun will take Pahu off his shoulder and reach out so Pahu can reach out to Taln, as was the plan.
As you hold out Oahu on your hand, the large Maccabucky pauses. He ceases his chanting and gazes at the small peak Spren in wonder. "Ah, a peak Spren. Do Ashar's knights survive? Is there hope for this desolation?" And he looks at Pahahu, stunned and shocked and with awe. "You have come. What? Where am I?" "Something is wrong. We must prepare. There is little time. Where are the others?"
Others?
My brothers and sisters, the other heralds. Where is Ashar? Is he here?
We don't know. We do not know of the other heralds.
And the desolation, has it come? I feel I am late. Or no. Pahahu looks in awe and is speechless, but you feel the rock in your hand oddly starts to feel warmth, more of comfort than actual heat.
Sorry to ask you this so soon as you come out of your days, but your blade, do you know where it is? Can you recall it to you?
I My blade. And he holds out his hand in front of him, and his eyes gaze off into a distance. I can sense it through my bond. My blade. I cannot bring it to me, but I think I know where it. Yes. I know where it is. The Herald of War stares at you, takes a deep breath. Yes, I can feel it. It is as if I could reach out and draw it through the mists, but it does not hear my call. It is in a sheltered city, within a rift. Yes, I know it. The city of Relethalar. That is where my blade resides.
Is Relethalar a city that we know?
Roll for me a lore check. And Talanor, you've got Alethi expertise.
Mm-hmm.
A city within a rift. You recognize the description as the city of Rathalas, a city that was burned to the ground several years ago by Dalinar Kholin on orders of Gavilar in order to help patch up a fire in their unification of the Alethi. With that lore test as well, son, recalling information, you've probably studied maps, and Relethalar has been listed as an ancient name for that rift city in Alethkar. You believe that it is Rathalas, the city that was burned and destroyed recently or several years ago by Dalinar Kholin. People have started rebuilding it, but it is still a scar as much in the earth as it is to the people that try and reside there.
Well, we will retrieve the blade.
When you say that, sorry, did I cut you off? You can
Oh.
finish. Yeah. Pohahu looks at you, son, and says, "Do you vow?"
I have vowed to retrieve the blade.
Those aren't words. You know them. And unlike anything before, coming naturally to your thought, words do come to mind. But it is up to you on if you are ready to speak to them.
Son is ready to speak them. And
The
he's-
words come to your lips. I'll let you take it from here, unless you want to cue.
just trying to remember the words, honestly. I'm a bit
The
stunned.
words come to your lips, life before death,
Life before death.
strength before weakness.
Strength before weakness. It's just
Yeah.
looking down at the journey before destination.
Like a gust of force, all of a sudden, there were still spheres of Stormlight on your pouch. Stormlight erupts not only from around you, from the pouch, but it seems strong enough to pull that of the lights in the corridor outside of you. You take a deep breath, almost uncontrolled. It is an urge. You feel you need it. It's just the natural thing to do. And your body explodes with with bright white blue light as you become invigorated and you take the first step to becoming Night Radiant. You have spoken the words. In doing so, Taln's eyes light up And while he didn't seem to be quite there when he saw Pahahu, he was conscious and speaking and was able to communicate. The cloud that was covering his eyes sharpened, and he looks at you and says, "There is still time. You, a stone ward." And it looks like a tear is coming to his eye. "I have held them back as long as I could, but seeing you makes it worth all of the torment. We can protect them. We will be that stops the desolation. We can save them." And then his breath kind of catches in his throat, and all of a sudden that clarity clouds over, and then he starts to look a little bit confused, and looking around the room, his eyes start to lose more and more focus. And then he starts looking down towards his hands and starts going back into his previous mantra. The moment of clarity seems to have left him. The stormlight, as quickly as it enveloped you, it makes your skin frosty. It makes your skin cold. It starts to die down. It starts to... The well of power in you is still there, but it is being lost with breath. You're not quite an expert in holding it in yet. You know that what you have done has changed you. You don't understand it yet, but with time you will. As the light slowly starts to diminish, what do? Do you say anything? Taln does seem to have, whether or not you believe this is actually the Herald of War, you know, a lot of things have just happened that are a lot of things can't explain.
There's so much going through Sun's mind. Like he doesn't even understand what a radiant is. All he has is stories that maybe his cousin would have told him, and there are stories about back in the village about radiants, but it's not really a religion. It's not really they're just like history. And for the idea that he is one, it's impossible.
He called you a Stonewall.
So all he thinks is, this man thinks I'm a radiant. I vowed to get this sword. Sun will assess this later. What's really important is getting this blade.
Sun can see that Talanor is looking at him as if he is a Spren or a god. Just complete awe, sparking, like awe Spren puffing up around his head as he is just staring up at his cousin in just shock and excitement.
I was gonna like duck his head into the room and be like, "One herald or two? Which is it?"
One. I am no herald.
Yeah, outside you would have seen the stream of stormlight just pull from the lanterns and go in there, both you, Faz, and Storm.
We'd better decide what we're going to do, because if that stormlight went down the corridor, me being an Ardent is not going to help.
Then I think it's time that we leave. And he just sort of looks at Pahahu and see what is her reaction at this point.
Pahahu looks up at you and she has a beaming grin on her face and says, "You are mine as I am yours. I was once... Taser was so close, and I thought that I would slip away. But after saying the words, my thought, they're clearer. Words are easier to speak. This is right." And she looks at you and just looks proud at you, like... For her, you know, this you just get a very good sense of she feels gives a sense of just utter acceptance and warmth, and she just smiles and says, well, we have many oaths that we must keep, and I will keep you strong as stone.
I'll keep you safe, as is my vows. And Sun sort of turns to the rest of his party and goes, we need to leave.
Talanor still looks like a kid in a candy store. Blue eyes, just wide as he's staring at his cousin.
Last one out has to buy drinks at the pub.
Sun was just like, enough said. And he pushes his cousin back so he can get a head start.
Okay, roll for me how you want to do this. Either give me a stealth, an athletics, an agility, a persuasion, a deception. Either try and talk your way out, try and sneak your way out, try and jump a wall, try and bust out of there before anyone can catch you. If you guys want to make a break for it, everyone gives me one roll and they can pick however the hell they want to do it.
What does this ability do? Because I'm assuming I've ticked off the third pip of said the speak the first ideal.
That is correct. You now have full access to that talent in the Radiant Path and everything that it brings.
Is there any reason why a patient couldn't just leave if they wanted to?
If they
Usually
had been...
Well,
I think it's
didn't
because the
you
door's
see all the
locked.
stormlight flow into all the stormlight, including from all the lanterns?
There might be some suspicion seeing you guys leaving from an area that's gone dark. Someone might suspect that the lanterns and all the marks have been stolen. There's nothing suspicious. You probably could just walk out the front door and be like, I'm healed.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, me and Talanor could just walk out the front door,
Correct.
have a cup of tea with that dude, and just leave.
I'm happy for a discipline check from Talanor and a persuasion check from you, just to see whether it raises any suspicion. Everyone's going to be able to get out. This is just how much noise you make. This is how much notice people make. Like,
I used it all up.
give me a discipline test there, Talanor. See if you can save it. Yeah, this is more so how much suspicion you make as you bail.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh, no.
The Arden at the front is like, where are you going? I thought we were going to have tea. I even got some biscuits. And he looks quite sad as you leave, and you've left an impression on this poor man.
Oh, that's the punishment. I don't have to run or anything. I heard him.
He doesn't stop you, but he looks surprised and saddened.
Does Faz care about this person's emotions or his feelings?
No.
Yeah, never mind. It's fine. Talanor feels bad for Faz. Like, as they're leaving, he's like, you promised that man you would have tea with him.
I promise a lot of things. It doesn't always come out how we expect it to. We need to go.
I'm slowly realizing that it's probably a bad thing that I'm a friend of.
Why would you think such things of me? I am reliable to the right people.
Okay,
Or
I've
the
got an
right
escape
cause.
plan.
Now, son, you're how are you getting out of there?
Yeah, he's gonna try and climb the wall.
And Storm, how are you trying to get out of there?
Same way as Sunnas, climb the wall.
You might be able to use cohesion or tension.
You have both cohesion and tension as a Stoneward.
What does tension do? God, this is so exciting.
So tension surge, activation is an action. You can spend one or more investiture to infuse a soft object within your reach. Basically, you could form any soft material into a rough shape, basically creating an object. You can
Everything's
harden
modeling killer.
defense.
Oh, I can increase my physical defense by 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But cohesion allows you to
Walk the walls, baby.
yeah,
All right. It's only
yeah,
2.5
you
feet of manipulation.
yeah,
But-
one investiture each round. Yeah.
So
You can
I
make
can create...
you can make handholds.
That's what I'm
climb out.
thinking. But Sun doesn't really understand how to use this ability. So what ends
No.
up happening is he runs up, he goes to climb a wall, he takes a deep breath, which inadvertently breathes in the stormlight. And as he grabs a handhold, as he tries to get a hold of like the smooth stone to try and grip, his hands kind of sink in, creating handholds. He's like, ooh. And he starts climbing.
Yep. As part of cohesion, you can touch an unattended object and essentially form and mold it. So you can make those handholds. And with tension, you can like re-flatten it once you leave. Whether or not Storm's like jumped on your back, or you could probably use the grappling hook and give me an
Yeah,
agility
it
test to
would
get over the
be-
wall. You'll have advantage
Okay.
with the grappling hook. Okay, with a 15 you get over there. You don't need to roll. You don't need to roll there, son. And I'll say that you're going to maintain your invested state, which means you regain investiture at the start of each round as well, until we are completely done with everything that's going on. Are you guys probably made like a meetup point. If you guys had to bail, do you guys go to like a rendezvous point?
I
The
assume we
Joel.
go to the ornery Chol.
Yeah.
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 Chol, not the place where.
Not the bakery, the Joel.
As you guys meet up just outside of the temple complex, and then you start going to make your way to the northeast, you've made it past the boundary wall. You start walking in between the buildings, or go towards the wards, like all of the barracks, to kind of like dart your way through. And you're nearly out of sight when you hear a voice bellow out. Not so much as a bellow, but as a command. Halt! And turning around, you see 6 soldiers in a muted forest green uniform with
These guys.
a 7th person in a green burgundy uniform and a white sash, chiseled jaw, black hair, and quite a presence with him. You would actually recognize who this is, Talanor. You recognize this as Bright Lord Amaram.
Oh no.
The soldiers in forest green stand at attention, spears at the ready. They don't seem to be acting or moving forward. They seem very well disciplined. Stay, all of you. I would have word. The soldiers part as the man in uniform steps forward. He's got chiseled features, light tan eyes. The famous Alethi hero, Bright Lord Amaram, smiles broadly towards you. I'm sure this is all just a misunderstanding. I did see a few of you climb over that wall back there, and I've heard of your exploits in the war camps, and about the questions you've been asking. Tell me what you've learned, and we can be allies. And he'll indicate towards the alleyway you guys were making a break towards. Walk with me, just to get out of the. It looks like he wants to get out of the crowd that is walking around, and he stands there with his hand out, looking very insistent.
Sun's going to look to his cousin Talanor and say what, because he's the leading idealist of what these people are.
Can I insight check him?
Roll for me an insight.
Amaram?
And tell me what you're trying to insight on the
If we
famous
should
Alethi
trust him.
hero.
Talanor, understands that he's, very well liked. He's a very honorable man, all that kind of stuff. But he knows who Sadius is, and he has worked under Sadius. And the fact that Amaram, of all people, such an honorable man, is willing to work for someone like Sadius feels off to Talanor. Talanor would, if he was working for Dalinar, who has changed his ways, at least it seems like, yeah. But
Yeah,
he's a little suspicious.
in general, the way that the Alethi work, and you would know this being half Alethi and lived with the Alethi all of your life. Amaram was born in Sadius's princedom, and most see him as the redeeming factor for the vile Sadius and his, underhanded ways. Due to the friendship between Gavilar and Sadius, there was never any conversation or thought of him changing households. So you wouldn't think it. You would still probably view him not knowing anything otherwise. This is the Honourable Amaram. He's the redeeming factor of Sadius. It's not so much, oh, why is he doing that? But I'm happy for you to roll an insight because he is, trying to get you guys off the bustle of crowd. Come, we will talk.
So
we can be
close to a
allies.
19. Oh.
You know that he's issuing a command. You
Pull
can
out
tell with an
one
11
of
insight.
The friend read said he has and kind of taps it to his nose to try and deceive this guy.
What are you doing with the Spanbury tapping it to your nose?
Trying to deceive the guy, as in we've got a way to contact the leader of this war camp kind of deal.
Yeah. You tap it to your nose and goes, would you like to take written conversation of this? Well, let us move somewhere that is a little bit less crowded where we can hear each other. I would appreciate that you didn't scribe it down. However, I would be happy for you to take record for yourself. I don't think any of us want what we're about to talk to being common knowledge. I'm sure that is in neither of our best interests. Not that it is underhanded. I just want to know what you're about on this day and what you know.
Well, it is a delight to make your acquaintance, Lord Amaram. But if such a topic is within your purview, should we not speak with the leader of this war camp as well, as it has taken place within their jurisdiction, and not Lord Sadius's?
He holds up his hand. I am friends with Talanor, and I are well accustomed, and I have been given jurisdiction. I'm actually here on his orders. I'm not sure if you're aware, was announced I have been tasked to be the leader of the Knights Radiant, which he has refounded. Now, if this has anything to do with what I think it is, this is my purview to discuss, and I will obviously be speaking to him as required. But I insist, and the soldiers stand at attention, and he's indicating the corridor.
Son's going to sort of lean down to Talanor and sort of whispers if this man is no Otoma, he should do as he says.
Talanor sighs. By all means, Lord Amaram, we would be happy to discuss our findings with you.
Two of the soldiers walk ahead of you, and between the 6 soldiers, they section off a section of this alleyway where he stands there alone with the 4 of you in the center. Now then, I believe we have some things to speak of, but from what I've heard, what is it that you were here to do, and what have you found out?
We were here to find... So I'm not sure what we should tell him, but he's trustworthy. We were here to find a stolen Honourblade.
A stolen Honourblade. Well, I would assume that you were here to speak with the supposed herald of said stolen Honourblade.
Yes. As he would know where the Honourblade would be.
Being the leader of the Knights Radiant, this is what I am here to oversee. I would like to thank you for your work. However, any further investigation in this must come from me. You understand that, don't you?
Sun just simply nods.
And how was this madman that you spoke with? Do you think he is a herald?
Like you said, he is mad.
Do you believe him to be a herald, as you are the leading expert on Radiance? You have been given the title.
I have spoken with this man, and while he matches the description uncannily to many of the statues, well, I believe there is truth to it. For the Knights Radiant have returned, which means more than ever the heralds will, and we do need them. What is your next course of action? Please tell me.
We seek the rest of them.
You seek the rest of the heralds?
Some will nod at that.
Roll for me a deception test. Well, son, a lot of us do. But I am sure that when the time is right, they will return. I have a proposition for you. I am part of a group of people that want nothing more than these heralds to return. And if this Helena is the first to come back, the rest shall follow. If you bring me more information, there may be a place for you among the Sons of Honor.
Sons of... Can I roll lore to see if I've ever heard of this?
Yep, roll for me a lore test.
Come on, I need something good today.
It doesn't ring a bell. As
Worry. Let me
someone
roll a
raised
20.
in a foreign nation, you know who the heralds are, but you've never heard of the Sons of Honor. And Dr. Fazir, you as well, even with an 18, you've never heard the name of a group of the called the Sons of Honor? It doesn't ring a bell to you.
If we find more information on these heralds, we will tell you. We will give you information as you desire.
I'm gonna roll... Hold on. I'm
Are
gonna
you
roll
being
discipline.
truthful? I also realized I didn't pull up a photo of Amaram, but here is... Now, he doesn't have his shard blade drawn, so hold your breath. Don't get worried.
I just
It's
so you know,
Shardblade.
That's Amaram. Right, Lord Amaram. Very well. If you bring me any information that you have, I am sure we can accept you as one of us. Unless you have any further information, I have a rather pressing meeting with Talanor called Lynn. Is there any more you must tell me before we leave and part ways?
I'm gonna roll discipline to see if Talanor is willing to hold back information from what he sees as his superior and somebody he can trust.
Son, when you said that you would, were you being truthful or deceitful? When you guys said that you would bring him information, I need to know if you're being truthful or
Okay, so
deceitful.
Sun doesn't have okay, so this would be deceitful. It's 100% deceitful. If he's caught out and has to give information, he probably will, but he won't actively go out of his way to give information.
Okay,
Because
I
he
would
doesn't
like a deception test.
If you know Faz well enough, you could always palm the responsibility off to him. He'd be happy to lie.
True,
Yeah.
but if you didn't mean it when you said that you would bring him information once you find out, then I would need a deception test.
You could bring him false information.
And then, Talanor, with your discipline, he does look you up and down and say, "We always need more good people. Even those whom might be hard to trust." And he looks directly at you, son, at that point as well. And then he looks over the four of you. "I am not a man you want to get on the bad side of. If, and only if, you bring information to me the moment you know, we can work together. Otherwise, I will see you as an adversary, and I will crush you with everything I have at my disposal. The Knights Radiant will be your enemy." And then in a quieter breath, "The Sons of Honor are not someone that you want to cross."
There is one bit of information I do know that might be useful to you. The blade is being held by the cult of Palia. They're the ones who attacked the caravan. They have her glyph tattooed on their face.
Interesting. Then, is there any further information? And at this point, you actually see he looks hungry, like what you just said definitely got his interest.
Ah, damn. I was hoping that would be enough for him.
Is that all, son?
I'm going to roll another discipline check to see if
Sorry,
Talanor
I'm
can
saying
keep his
like the word
composure.
son as in child, not son directed at the character named Son.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talanor's able to keep his composure and he just sits up straight. And he doesn't say anything. Actually, he would say, what would he say? Because Talanor technically doesn't know how to lie.
Honestly, with a discipline of
Investigation
23,
ongoing?
a mission of information isn't necessarily lying. With that 23, I would say you would have the composure if you wanted to just say, yes, that is all, sir, to report on, or you can take full agency of this action.
Yeah. He'll say, "I believe that is all that needs to be reported on at this time."
If that is all that is of import, you did the right thing. And he'll put his hand on your shoulder and give you quite a firm squeeze. Now, if you need seek me out, come to Sadius' camp. What are your names? I will make sure that you are given entry to find me at any time.
Sun will introduce himself as like, "I am Sun, better known as Kunamana Kai Luna Toki Ukio."
I am Talanor. I don't have a family name anymore.
I am Fazir Ilian Bonder III.
I am Ruthless.
You don't need an insight to check, but it seems to you that he's not so much committing it to memory, but confirming something he already knows. And with a nod, mostly at Talanor's direction, for being more truthful and honest with him, he turns briskly on his heel and he walks down the alleyway towards the exit. The two soldiers barring entry from the other side jog to catch up, and as a block, the seven of them turn and walk towards the Colin Prince's palace, the High Prince's palace. And with that, and the four of you left standing there in an alleyway, not too sure what to think of, after encountering the leader of the Knights Radiant, we are going to leave you there. One last note, you've all leveled up. Come prepared for next time. And we will see you next time. So thank you so much for tuning in on the Twitch side of things and on YouTube as well. And have a good night, everyone.